Hello, this is a 2013 Nissan Sentra. Uh, as you can see, I took things apart the front console. Apologies, I decided to make this video once I was done removing all the parts, but the issue I had was the gear was stuck on park. So when you start your engine, press on the lock, try to get it to gear, it's locked. Couldn't do anything. So I thought it might be this. Probably this, I don't know what you call the switch, wasn't getting enough juice. Maybe it was stuck. So my plan was to replace this. But before I did that, I noticed, actually the reason I made this video is before you take it to dealership or, you know, recommend, before you replace any parts, I know these things are durable. They shouldn't break easily. One thing I noticed is where this two purple wire go to, right underneath here, right there, which is, you can access it right underneath here. There's a switch that actually sensors when you move in from either park to, actually from reverse to park. There's a sensor that sensors that. So if you're driving and you want to put it on park, the minute you move from reverse to park, there's a sensor that knows that. So this thing goes forward. That lets you put it on park. Now, I wasn't doing that when I started working on this. So I noticed there's a connection back here, back to the sensor right there. You can actually also see it from back here. It's all the way in there. It's over here. So it's the other side of the gearbox. So what I did was I just played around with the wire, trying to tighten it. So what I noticed was when you go now and to turn on the power, you don't necessarily have to start it, just power it up. I noticed when I press on the brake, the plastic thing is now moving. So the brake switch is good. There's no fuse that I needed to replace. This part is good. Didn't have to replace it. I don't think it's too expensive, but I didn't have to replace it. So the switch right underneath is pretty good. It's just, I think the connection was loose. So before you replace anything, I will recommend that you check that connection for the switch. Make sure it's plugged in really well. Apologies, I took everything apart before I started doing this video. There's a bunch of videos out there you can actually look up on how to take out. There's a bunch of screws and everything, but well, it's an easy fix. I called dealership just to see if I had warranty and how much it would cost me. They said if you had to change parts, it's between 600 and 900. If they want to check like fuses, maybe the brake switch needs to be replaced. It's about 250 bucks, probably for labor. But this is an easy fix. It's common, apparently, for the gear lock, the shift lock to actually lock and get stuck. It's an easy fix. Say, if it's not this, might probably be the brake switch. If it's not the brake switch, one way you can tell if the brake switch is bad is when you press on the brake and you don't get like a light. The brake light is not turning on. I think that's one of the ways to tell. My brake light works. So something to do with this switch back there that sensors when we move from rear to park. Let me see if I can go on the other side and show you exactly what switch and wire I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm on the other side of the I'm on this passenger side. So if you look inside, right there, I have the lights on right in here. The lighting is pretty bad here. There is a right there, the switch. So there's two purple wires going into it. So those two wires needs to be checked. So the connection, it was kind of loose, so I just kind of push it back in, kind of make sure it's tight, and tested it, and it works. So that's an easy fix. Probably saved hundreds of dollars. So I hope it helps you. Alrighty, let me see the other side. I actually have a better view right here of the switch. It's right there. So that's the two purple wires. This is from the driver's side. The switch is right behind this thing right here. So you can actually feel it. So if you put your finger in there, another finger on this side, kind of push them in, that will tighten it. And test it, see if that works. All right, have a good one.